Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name is Michelle Edhouse and today I am going to be painting this box. Now, July challenge is a 3D object. Pour on something that's a 3D object that you've never poured on before, and boxes fall into that category, especially boxes with weird rounded edges. I've got another box that I'm going to pour on as well, and that doesn't have rounded edges, so I'm going to differentiate between the two of them for that matter. Now this box, if you read English, this was gifted to my father to put his brushes and paints in when he took up painting late in life. And then when he passed away, I inherited all those brushes and paints and along with it, the box. Now, as you can see, I invited him to decorate it divinely, which he never got around to doing, so I thought I would do that for him now. And part of me doesn't really want to paint over that because, you know, we've got that special piece there, and it's mine now, and I'm going to make it mine. So first thing I've got to do is take out what I've been storing in here, which is all my bits and pieces with regards to resining pendants and tutuing around and playing with resin and pendants and stuff like that. I've also got all my some of my cool little skins, and I tried making my own pendant trays with this mouldable heat putty. I've got earring hangers, I've got all sorts of bits and pieces in here that will go back in, but after I've painted it. So the next step after emptying that out is to decide what I'm going to do. What I thought I would do is just pour the lid and paint the base. Just paint the base black. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to unscrew the hinges, take it off, separate them out, and I could just let the paint run over and drip down and create, maybe I will. I reckon that would probably do quite cool. Just let it run over and drip down onto the ledge at the bottom. Let's do that. So first step is to paint this piece black, and then I will be back with you. Alright, I'm back, and I painted a little bit more than I had planned to. I've painted the inside of the box as well as the inside of the lid. So as you can see, I've taken all the hinges off, I've taken the hardware off that is the catch, and the only thing that's not painted is the base and this top piece. Now just a word of warning, when you're painting MDF that's been cut like this, it sucks up the paint really, really quickly, and it's really, unless it's been sanded really well, it's quite hard to get a nice even coat. So just bear that in mind if you are doing MDF. Now it is pretty much dry, but just so that I don't end up getting stuff stuck, what I'm going to do is I've got some baking paper and I'm going to put some tins inside there, and then I'm going to put baking paper on top of those so that they don't stick to the underside of my thing. And then I'm going to sit this, hold on, do they, yes, they just fractionally, no they don't, I don't know why I'm doing that at all. I need something a little bit thicker. Oh, that's what I need. I've got those in there, and then I'm going to put that there. That definitely lifts us up above that. So these are, this is going to be sitting on that tile rather than on the what's it. So really all I'm doing is making sure that when the drips fall over, they're going to be dripping in a place that looks appropriate for that. So next is to fill our cup. So what? Fill my cup, put some liquor in it. No, let's put paint in it. Now this is for me, this box. So guess what? We're doing colours that I like. So I'm going to do a flip cup, and as per normal, that starts off with white. I'm just wondering, I haven't got silicone in some of these, and some of them I do. I think the only one I don't have silicone in is the burnt sienna, so that's okay. If you know me, you'll know that I don't like pink, so I'm going to try and keep our red well away from. All my paints seem to be quite thick today. I'm not sure what's creating that. Let's put some red in there now. And some burnt sienna, and then I'm going to go around again. Oops, put some more white. All my paints have thickened since I mixed them. That's weird. So let's do it from up high and get those colours to just push down through. And I'm just going to do one squirt of the black. Since we've got black everywhere else on this box, we're going to put some in there. There we go. So instead of brown in the second round, I'm doing black. And that is it, my dear friends. We're going to go with that. Let's hope we've got enough paint. Now, because I've spent so much time making sure that that's the right size, I'm just going to do a wrist flip. So, are you ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I'm gonna just put some put some paint around that just to give us some Alright, it's gonna be a dark day today. So I'm already seeing some cells coming up, which is exciting. It means I did actually put silicone in some of these paints. Zoom you in so you can see what's going on. I need to get a new selfie stick, because this one is starting to decay. Alright, so I'm just giving it a bit of a torching, bringing up some cells, popping some air bubbles, dropping some bits in it. Crikey. Out you come. So by bringing up the cells now, what's really cool is that as I tilt the paint, they will stretch. Check that out. Take them back that way. Bring them back, let them reshape. Seeing some air bubbles coming up there. So give it another quick blast with the torch now that it's spread out a bit. Some of those don't want to actually pop. How's it getting any better? Come on, pop, 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 pop. Nope. There, pups. Pop for Papa. So Papa was my dad. For those of you that are coming in partway through and missed the information. I'm just looking at this and it's just not enough paint, so before I pour sideways, I'm gonna add some more paint on there. Now if you saw my wings attempt the other day, you'll know that by adding it on both sides at the same time, that would actually not be a good thing. Pop that off the corner like that. Now I've done that, I'm going to end up with messy fingers. Okay, I'm going to tilt back this way and drag those now. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the cobalt blue that I've used, I actually mixed a tiny little bit of iridescent medium in with it, and I can just see it sparkling right now, so that's making me happy. Alright. Just gonna just smooth some of this out a bit. You'd think I would learn how much paint I need, but I don't. I never seem to learn. How does it get any better than that? What would it take for me to have more awareness about what... Well, maybe this is exactly what's required to create the outcome that I desire. Everywhere you've decided and concluded that you have to have the right amount of paint to start with in order to get the right result. What's that limiting? What magic can be created when you have to add more paint? If you're not sure, go back and look at almost every video on my channel. So this is, I love their colours with that black negative space. It's cool. So I'm just letting it run down its own accord. By spreading that paint out, what it's done is it's given it a little bit more of a easeful run. Size of these cells. Yum. Just gonna help those unpainted bits along the edge a bit more. Been doing some researching into how to use a router, and that's quite an interesting concept. A router is the machine that would help make that weird edge on this box. Come on. Okay. You know what though, while I'm allowing it to run the other way, I'm actually going to move this out of the way because it's really not doing anything and the runoff's not doing anything. Hey, runny, runny, boo doo 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 doo. Has anybody else fallen asleep out there? Just picking up that extra paint that's dripping off and helping it to fill up. The edges. Okay. Now, as soon as I find it so much easier to hold it tipping towards me, I'm going to spin it around and tip that way again. Then I'm not reaching across the camera. All right, come on. Let's just even you up a little bit. I wonder if a little bit of warmth would help. It's not very warm here in New Zealand at the moment. We are middle of winter. But middle of winter for us is not ice and snow. Well, it's ice in the morning. But it's definitely not snow. And it's not really that cold. I'm just in a t-shirt and jeans and an open polar fleece. But it's enough to thicken the paint just that little bit. Just evening out some of those ridges. Checking all the edges are all good, and then we'll sit it down and put some more. Okay, what I am going to do is I'm going to bring back this just so that where it's pressing down on the is on paper and not on the tins, because the underside actually matters on this, because it's going to be opening the box and seeing that. Okay. Now, ew. Get that so you can see it. That's pretty. I like it. Okay, I'm just going to rinse my hands and I'll be right back. Alright, so next I'm just going to give it another go with the torch and just pop any little air bubbles. I'll do the sides as well because they're important. And there might be some little bits of silicone that decide to come out and play as well. By popping the air bubbles at this stage while the paint is still liquid, you get you give the paint chance to refill in that spot, whereas if those air bubbles don't pop until there's a skin on the top, then you can end up with really ugly pinholes. There we go. Now there are some places where I'm a little bit worried it's too thick. And how does it get any better? I could sit here and do all day. So the other thing I really want to be aware of and be vigilant for, with this being a lid for a box, is make sure that the drip off is not forming big chunky bits. I like it. I think it's pretty. Let me get you down and show you a close up. Alright. So all of our cells have stretched. They've done interesting wiggly wobbly things. And there's some really cool multicolored ones. Ones with stripes in them. Ones with cells within cells within cells. Oh, that looks like a lady bending over at the beach, standing in the water, bending forward, and you're looking at her from behind. I like it when they do this, where it's like multicolored within one cell. Like, it's cool. And look at this. It's so cool. Wow. Now these ones up here are a little bit ripply, and that's where I got a bit close with the flame right early on, right at the beginning of the painting. It's added an interesting texture. Ooh, look at those eyes. Boggly eyes. I like it. It's not orgasmically giggly like it, but I do like it. This big chunk of white through here though, blue through here, I'm not overly fussed on. It could do with being a little bit mixed in, so I might get my straw out for a second. Alright, let's get that straw. Make some room for me to get in there. There, that just loosened it up a bit. I'll do the same along here and this bit here because it's a bit ugly. Now some of you have made comments on videos where I've done straw work before, that when you do the straw work it doesn't come out the same. As you can see here, this is really thick black, Mars black through here, and it's kind of made these big dents. How's it get any better? What's right about that I'm not getting? I'm going to thin down my Mars black before I use it next. And who knows, that might just run off the side there a little bit and help that. I don't know. I still like it. Still looks cool. And I've got a cat come to visit. Hello, Batman. Meow. You do not wiggle that tail in my house. Out. Excuse me while I farewell the cat. He's gone. Batman has left the building. No, he's not our cat and we didn't name him. He's the neighbour's cat. And he doesn't know about wet paint. So the last thing I want is paw prints. Donk, 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 donk through this. Anyway, guys, I'm really, really pleased with this the way it is at the moment. And other than the clump that I've just spotted in the middle, if I can find my pin, I'm going to fish it out. I can always get a new pin. Yeah, where was it? Yeah, got it. Now, if you can see little lumps in your paint, and you can kind of tell which ones are air bubbles and which ones are lumps of paint. If you can fish them out at this stage, it's really good, because then you don't end up with hunky-dory. Oh, there's another bit. Hunky-dory ugly bits sitting in your paint. Now you can fob those off as well. Now you know that it's a real painting rather than a print. And if you can get them out, it's always better. So I'm going to let this dry. Keep an eye on the drips to make sure it doesn't go fugly underneath. And I'll be back in your time in 3, 2, 1. All right, she's all dry and reassembled, and I like her. So this is just the natural color. I haven't put a sealer on Got a few air bubble pockets, mostly in the Mars Black where it was so thick. But that's all good. It's mine. This is for me, and I'm looking forward to having this on my dresser in my bedroom. Got to start designing how to lay out the inside and what I can do in there to be able to put my jewellery in there. So there we go. That's so pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. Yay! Got a couple of lumpy bits from edges of tins, I'd say. But hey, as I always say, it's hand painted. If it was perfect, you would think it was made by a machine. So all that's needed now is for me to sign it, and I am going to leave it be from that. So thank you so much for joining me. Come play with us on acrylic pouring for fun. We are a Facebook group where people are kind and caring, and if they're not, I kick them out. How's it get any better than that? So what else is possible with you, with your fun levels, and how much fun can we have together? Subscribe and come play with me in the next videos. I adore you all, and how does it get any better than this? I adore you. Bye bye.